But why? Because I said so. No. But why? Because. You guys get ever stuck in that kind of loop? It could happen at work. It could happen with like a little kid. Why? Because. Why? Because. Someone asked me today out on the street. They said, hey, I listen to a lot of things you say. Some of it I agree with, most of it I don't. Hey, me too. Same here. But they asked me, can I ask you, you talk a lot about head and heart. You know, the longest journey you'll ever make in your life is from your head to your heart. What do you mean by that, they asked. I said, oh. I said, do you have a second? People get confused. They think, they go, oh, sorry to bother you. I was like, oh, you didn't bother me, but I'm about to bother you. And then I talked their ear off for like an hour. And they're like, actually, I got to get away from you. I got to go see my family now. Sometimes people go, hey, some of these things you ask of us to like talk to ourselves, talk to parts of our body, talk to animals, plants, furniture, inanimate objects. What do you think I'm doing right now? I'm sitting in my room right now. My dog's looking at me like I'm out of my mind. I talk to myself every day. It's the best. It's the best. I get to hear my thoughts out loud. When I paint, I get to see my expressions and feelings out loud. I get to write stuff out. I get to see it and feel it. So, okay. So one way to do that would be, hey, what's the difference between making decisions from your heart or from your head? Is logic. And that's most people. That's most people. I statements. That's most of my day. Most of my day is just overruled by logic, right? Okay, so I need to get enough food for, okay. And then if I have this much gas, it's all logic, right? It's all. But what's decisions made by your heart? Well, that's your spidey sense. That's your intuition. That's your instinct. That's your feelings. Well, you're not allowed to feel that way. And yet I do. That's, this project specifically to take it digital, the same stuff I've been doing my whole life. And even having to explain it there. I'm a Luddite when it comes to electronics and all these things. So I knew I would have to have collaborators and friends. I would have to make friends with new people to come into this space. And so they get out their pen and paper. Nobody uses pen and paper. They get out their phones and computers and laptops. They go, explain this to us. But why? But why does Munko look like this? But why does... And why is it called this? And they all... I'm not going to sit here and talk S about the people I work with. Not all. Some. And God bless them. It's not their fault. That's just how the system that they need an explanation for everything. Right? Everywhere where I've worked in my life. They go, but explain to me how that makes sense, David. Why would you do that? Why? Why did you paint the whole room blue? Why? I don't know. Because it's not a head decision. I didn't logically think about it. It came from my heart. Something in me spoke to me, and it didn't make any sense in the whole damn world. And I said, I'm going to do it anyways. I listened to my heart. Listen to your heart. So if you're confused, person that asked me that today on the street, and I just came up with this right now. I'm sorry I didn't think of it on the spot. But just write it out. Write out, and it doesn't have to be your whole life, maybe just today or this week. Write out decisions you make right now, today, this week, that are logical and based on thinking and rationale and logic. That's your head. On a different piece of paper or wherever, you should write. You shouldn't text this stuff. Write out The decisions in your life that you've made from your heart. Things that people were like, scratching their head going, I don't know about this one. Because they're using their noggin. And you're using your big, squishy, juicy, luscious heart. And what's the point of this? It's just for you to see. It's just some more data points and logic for your pie charts. No, it's just for you to see. See it. And when you see what you write, what do you feel about that? And about that, what do you make up in your mind and your heart? What do you feel about that? Those are me.